Hi everyone, my name is Advocate Rahul Kumar Singh. We will be discussing about the important aspects of corporate law drafting, so that how you can be an expert in that and how you can manage it, so that your drafting becomes important. Watch it till the end to receive the full information. Contract law is the key important things you should focus on the corporate drafting by looking at the fundamentals. Number one is that you should focus on the core principles like offer. What is an offer? When someone is offering you something. Acceptance, when you are accepting it. Consideration means when you are in consideration, what you are thinking whether you will accept it or not. Intention, whether the person is in intention to create a legal obligations or not. That intention matters. That's because without intention, how will you enter a contract? How you can success in contract drafting? You should know the types of contract. Whether you are drafting service agreement, rent agreement, memorandum of association, article of association, or any type of corporate agreement like lease agreement and all. So you should know what type of contract you are drafting. You should know the clauses, in which sections are we are going to insert in that drafting. Okay, and techniques should be there, as well as you should understand the purpose about the parties. Okay, as well as the agreement in which you are going to write. Okay, the confidential information means about termination and all needs to be done. Okay, so the dispute is important, so that the dispute resolution clause can be kept in mind, and it can be there so that the disputes can be resolved. Okay, as well as now there are essential contractual clause like first that there should be parties. How many parties should be there into when you are entering a contract? Minimum 2 parties must be there. So you should identify clearly, means who are the parties. So parties name, parties address needs to be mentioned. When the agreements are mentioned in that, you have to define and interpret. Means when you are drafting a corporate agreements, you have to define the clauses which you have inserted it, so that the person can know while signing it, so that the person cannot be in a confusion. So clarity must be there. And point number 2 means definition clarity must be there, as well as ambiguity means unnecessary information must be avoided. Third category is the representation and warranties. So facts and guarantees must be there, means facts should be stated. Facts means what type of agreements are there, with whom is there. So every factual information, the house address and all, the types of agreements, as well as who is taking the guarantee and the conditions. So all this one is to be mentioned, as well as condition, precedence and subsequent. Means you have to define the contracts obligations. Means what are the conditions the person should perform while entering a contract, and if the person doesn't enter, what will happen. In fifth number point, you have to mention terms and termination, as well as renewal. What will be the terms of agreement, with from when it will be renewed. Okay, and termination, how you can exit a contract whenever you want. Okay, and how you can renew it. So all these one things must be mentioned. Okay, the duration of agreement and procedures must be given in that. In sixth number point, assignment and change as control. So you should address the rights, what rights you are giving to tenant and landlord or the other things, as well as what are the obligations, means what are the conditions attached to the contract. Point number 7, confidentiality, non-compete and non-solicit, means you should protect the sensitive information from getting exposed to outside world, as well as the business interest. 8 number is about indemnity and limitations. Okay, so risks and responsibilities must be covered, so that the risks can be avoided, as well as in 9 number point there is governing laws and dispute resolution. So which laws you are governing it, how the disputes, means how the problems are getting solved, whether mutually or is it going in court. So all these all things must be stated, so that the problems can be avoided. Okay, so the important thing over here is that the drafting techniques is important, as because you are mastering, means the art of concise, means you should be clear, concise, as well as the unnecessary information must be avoided. Okay, so unnecessary information can be avoided, so that the persons can be stopped from that. Okay, so unambiguous means a clear, concise and unnecessary meaning should be avoided, as well as the strategies about effective sentence structure must be there, and the information must be well organized to understand it. And there must be legal compliance, means you should be up to date to the relevant laws, okay, and regulations about the crucial information. So up to date information is needed, whether the laws is updated or not, as well as the regulation must be crucial. So this means that understanding of the legal requirement of the types of contracts must be there, and all agreement must comply with this requirement. So legal compliance means you should stay up to date about the regulations, which is important, as well as about the requirement about the employment laws and data protection laws, so that the information must be provided accurate. Okay, and the important concept over here in corporate drafting is corporate governance. It is understanding about the framework about the operation and management about the companies. It includes directors' duties, means what are directors, what are responsibilities of directors, about the shareholders' rights and compliance with the corporate and regulations. Okay, And merger and acquisition means when company is getting merged and how the company shares are getting acquired. So this all is part of corporate drafting. Okay. Regarding more videos, you can join our groups. It is in description box. About the free courses, all are in the description box. You can join, and you can join the internship program. Thank you for listening and watching. Take care. Bye bye.